Hey guys, welcome to another Double A Entertainment. I'm Ashton,
Andy,
and welcome to our episode 7 spoiler review for Wandavision. I hope everyone has had a great week. Andy, let's dig into this episode. I
yes.
would say this one felt a lot shorter for me. In general, it has two different storylines with Vision and with Wanda on two separate parts. And of course, you have a little bit of what's the I'm thinking of her comic name or hero name, but the not the Shield agent, but what is her name? Lambert,
You talking which one are you talking about?
the daughter.
There's two. You talking about
Yeah,
Monica or
Monica. Okay,
Darcy or is it
yeah,
okay.
Monica. So you have Monica getting her space rover, and I don't
Hmm.
see how they thought that was going to work, but so she tries to get in through the
Government, man.
hacks with the
Government.
space rover. That didn't work, and then she decides to just charge at it and go inside anyways. And she's able to get through Andy. And then let's just go ahead and dig into the big reveal, which me and you talked about in our previous uh, reviews. We kind of saw it coming. Agnes is really Agatha. Um, I believe
Harkness.
Heartstone.
Harkness. I get the
Harkness.
Harkness. Yep. Yeah, Ashton, it's
S-
I'm not as huge into the comic book lore as a lot of the other Marvel fans. I know some limited knowledge of that. I'm more just I love the movies. I like taking them at the movie's face value, but I you kind of saw this coming. They hinted heavily at it last episode with the Halloween Spooktacular episode where she was in her witch's hat. Her name Agnes is close to Agatha, so it makes sense.
hmm Yeah, I think I hit it spot on when I said she was acting. I was like that she because she has not been controlled the whole time, so it didn't make sense for Vision to touch and her be out of any trance when she was never in a trance. So
Mhm.
I never bought that. I like how the show drops things along each episode. So if you're smart enough, you can pick up on it and you can realize it. Now, I don't know how hammy that song was. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the song and at the end where she's like Agnes was doing it all along, but I'm just questioning like why is that in there anymore because Wanda isn't controlling it. So I guess she is the one really directing it the whole time, and Wanda has just been the power. You know what I mean? Wanda has just
Yeah.
been the thing that she's been using to do things with Wanda's powers, and it'll be interesting. I know some of the plot threads from the comics with the twins, so it'll be interesting to see where they went. I also called that she killed the dog. I thought, yeah, she looked very shady. And then, yeah, in general, I like the reveal. I don't know how much I feel about her just inviting Wanda into the basement to tell her that, hey, I'm the villain, and here's my villain
Yeah,
song.
I feel like that was a little weak with the writing. You just hear her like, go down to the basement. The kids might be there. Like everyone saw is like, okay, she's definitely gonna be the villain now, right? Like the whole episode was she's the villain. She got some winks, got some nods from her throughout the episode. But I kind of agree. It was kind of a weird way just to wrap it up and then instantly switch to her song after you see her like kind of taking control of Wanda. A little Easter egg I'm going to point out though, if you see Wanda at the beginning of the episode when she was pouring cereal, the cereal's name was Sugar Snaps. So you got snaps as in the Thanos snap, which is kind of a little nod to that. And do you have any clue what the heck that commercial was, other than just satire of of medicines and stuff?
um, ah,
I
talking
was
about
like,
breaking out of a reality to um I don't necessarily know. At least for me, it's like I like the actress that plays Agnes. I've liked the character Agnes, and I like the subtle hints they have dropped every episode to episode. But I'm getting to a point like how much does she control? How much has she been controlling, right?
So yeah,
And
you got the question because I was going to ask that with the whole power thing. So did she was if she is shown to be messing up things all along, does that mean she was also the one that expanded the hex?
no, I
Because
think
that kind
that
of
was
confused me.
Wanda. I do think people have to remember Wanda said in one episode, like 2 episodes ago, I don't remember how I got here. Now, I think this all started because she had a mental breakdown and she lost control of her powers. But that's when Agnes came in. She started taking advantage of Wanda to do what she wants to do.
Okay.
And I think Agnes, at least in my personal opinion, she's trying to harvest the powers of Wanda to do. We'll eventually see. I think it will end up tying with Doctor Strange and that movie and him fighting. The mind, the name escapes me right now, but basically the Marvel's version of the devil. He's not actually the devil, but that's one of Doctor Strange's biggest villains, and I feel like she is trying to get in contact with him somehow. Maybe um, it'll be interesting to see where the whole children plot line goes because that's been a subtle plot line the whole time. Like where are the children? Children finally show up last episode, and then bam. Another thing is Quicksilver was summoned by her, so she has to have access to the multiverse, right?
Yeah. I mean, she would have to because that's not the same, uh, you know, brother Pietro as we saw in the MCU with Age of Ultron. It's a different character. It's a different character version of
Yeah.
him through the X-Men
Now, I
franchise.
will say if they end up pulling the thing where he's just made up by her and he goes away and he's never seen again after the show, I will be angry because at that point you just put a other actor in there. Like I don't mind the wink um if he's actually that version of Quicksilver, but you don't tease that. Like if he's not actually there, and you
I,
just be like,
yeah,
"Oh, that's a homage to his Fox character because we could get him." Like,
I I also questions Ashton because I don't know if you noticed this also. It was a scene also with the cereal and the milk's changing, the different cartons of the different eras, and you see on one of them the back of it it's a missing child poster. Does that have anything to do with with Wanda's children and what's happening with them? Like, because I've seen some people talking about that. Like, is it actually her real children? Does that have any kind of nod to her children, or is that just happen to be in there? Because I don't think they just randomly placed a missing child poster on a changing milk carton.
it's definitely a hint what it means. We don't exactly know. I know how the comics go, so I don't know if they're going that direction. I don't want to say it because I like leaving people with that kind of suspense and that what's going to happen next. I have my own theories. I don't think they're going to exactly follow the comics because in the comics, um, Agnes or Agatha isn't really a pure villain. She's just kind of there. She's like Loki in the sense she likes to be mischievous, mess around with people. She'll fight villains. Sometimes she'll fight heroes. She'll help out villains and help out heroes. So she's very mysterious type of character that just likes to cause chaos. Um,
Likes to see the world burn.
yeah, she likes to see the universe and multiverse burn. So a lot of questions. The next 2 episodes will be very interesting. It did kind of take me out. Did you notice uh how the frame, not the frame rate, but like how it went from widescreen to like full screen back to widescreen. It did
I
that. If
think
you pay
I think I
attention,
remember that.
if you paid attention, during like Vision scene with the other girl, it goes to full screen, and then when it goes back to Wanda, it goes back to widescreen.
Weird.
So I think that's kind of telling you, it's showing you what is in the altered reality and what isn't. Like it's
Okay.
showing you what is, at least that's how I'm picking up on it. Because I kept on noticing, because at first it goes to full screen. I was like, okay, nice big modern picture. And then it goes back to widescreen again. And I thought that was interesting. You start widescreen and then you go full, then you go
Yeah.
back wide. So that did catch my eye.
Yeah, lots of different Easter eggs, lots of different questions from this episode that left me. I know I texted you, I was watching it confused. So, anyway, I'm excited to see the next episode next week. Ashton, let's go ahead and move on to our grades. What do you think of this episode? And just what are you gonna rank it?
Out of all the episodes, this one flew by the quickest. It's not a short episode either. It's not the shortest, but it felt like it was the shortest. Um, Maybe because I felt like the whole Vision plotline was kind of dragging on a little bit. I thought they used that what is it, the angle where they're talking, they're interviewing the person, they're paying a homage to that
Mhm.
2000s trope during some
Oh, it's
comedies
definitely
or
a
sitcoms.
homage to The Office. Definitely, you even look at
Yeah.
the intro theme music. It was literally The Office, but Marvel version. Like it was the theme song for The Office, but different.
Yeah, but my whole point is I thought they overused that a little bit. I got it the first one or two times um that Wanda did it. I didn't think Vision needed to do it like three or four times in the same conversation. I thought that was a little overkill. They could have trimmed that down and expanded upon other things. But in general, I would say this is the weakest of the last four episodes. But that's not a bad thing. You have to have episodes that set stuff up for future episodes to be a little bit more,
Mhm.
meaty and focus on story. So, again, I thought the first and second episode of WandaVision were a little weak when it comes to story, but that built you up and got you into the world. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping this episode is the same type of thing for the next two episodes. In general, I can't complain because it was still a solid story. Um, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was average TV. But for this show, when your worst episodes are average TV, that's really good.
Yeah, 100%. I will kind of disagree with the fact that I think this is the weakest episode for me personally. I think the story beats were just kind of all over the place at points. Uh, I don't think the Vision plot was as good as obviously the Wanda plot. I really do enjoy the Office homage, like you said, the first couple times, but it can get stale. I love the theme song that they did. I mean, it's nice to change it up. I think now you're kind of in the 2010s. I think you should just go to normal. I think that's what they're going to do. I hope that's what they do. There's only two episodes left, so they have to start making it a normal, like MCU, Marvel TV show movie. But I still liked it. We got some answers, but still a lot more questions. But I don't know. I just think it was the weakest out of all of them, and I can agree. It's about a 7 out of 10. It's still a really good episode for TV standards, but for this show's standards, it's the weakest for me. But guys, we're excited to watch next week's episode, and the week after, we've got two episodes left. Like I said, we're very excited to kick off MCU with this full series being done and seeing where they go from here, because there's a lot of directions they can go, and these two episodes will honestly shape what we're going to be getting for years to come. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, we have a new trailer reaction just released on this channel, Mortal Kombat, into the 2021 movie Mortal Kombat. So go check that out. We just dropped it, gave our initial reactions, and if we're excited to see the movie or not. But until next time, guys, stay safe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.